Hey, United Dojos Nations, Master Brent, Crisci back with you. I hope you enjoyed last week's Technique Tuesday. We're going to keep a theme going. I found in my instruction, I started using theme weeks many, many years ago. I know many of you do quarterly topics. It seems to work better. So we started to introduce a little kumite or point sparring stuff because I realized I've been reminded over a year everything I was doing was more traditional martial arts, street self-defense. And you know, guys, I love the sport and I love what the sport's done for me and my students. It's a separate aspect. It's always secondary to the meat and potatoes of the martial arts. But I believe that it can be an asset and not a liability if you do it right, like anything else. So today we're going to go with a hand technique. I call it the breakaway back fist or the unhinged elbow. Used to saw this made famous probably by Billy Blanks, hit me with it in the 80s a lot. A lot of people were doing it back then. I don't see it as much now, and that's why I'm bringing it back. So I hope you enjoy it. I have Sensei Nate back with me. He put a headgear on. I don't know why. No trust. All right. So he's going to take his guard up, and generally I would choose this with a low guard hand. So if a guy's fighting reverse guard or side guard. If he's got his guard up here, I could do it, but it's not the best choice. So like I said last week, every technique works that I teach. Period. Undisputable. If you're doing it on the right person in the right situation. And that's what makes a martial arts master, is knowing the difference. So anyways, this is a zone technique where I'm going to appear to be a little further back than I am. Okay, so I want to give the illusion that he's going to lean in. Maybe I even provide him a little target. Flash him a little belly. So he leans in a little bit to get ready to clock me. The trick is, most back fists we learn are like this, traditional back fists. Even sport back fist, I don't know about your students. My students are no different. I say only move forward, and what do they do when they throw the back fist? Cock the hand in the wrong direction. Okay, moving the hand in the opposite direction you're going to hit in is not efficient. And we want to be efficient sparring. So this throws from the elbow. Take his glasses, would you, sir? Okay. I can see good some days. It's not today. So from here, I want you to watch the elbow joint is the one that works the technique, not the traditional tricep shoulder. The other thing I see students doing in the last workout is throwing just the arm. Okay, Sensei, I'm not close enough. I got to get this close. No, you don't. That's a bad idea. He's going to hit you. Look at the size of this mook. Okay, so I can be way back here, and if I use my body when I throw, okay? I saw it great. If you go back at Allen's Super Show there in Atlantic City, did in January, amazing event. Eric Lee, one of my idols back in the day in the 70s, 80s, he was doing a speed striking about hiding the load and about the power coming from speed. Another one, watched my old kickboxing coach, Joe Lewis, God rest his soul. He was one of the first people who told me to do everything before I kicked, everything before I punched except the kick or punch. My instructor, my coach instructor calls hiding the load too. So everything I've got to do to generically edit that back fist is done before I throw it. So when I go to throw it, it explodes. So this is where speed matters. Okay, this is definitely a speed technique. If he starts to move, great. So you initiate an attack. We didn't rehearse this. I don't know what he's going to do. But I'm going to put that fist stiff-armed in between us. So if I get a little further away, which I might with a big guy like this, I might be way back here. Object in rest tends to stay at rest. Object in motion tends to stay in motion. So I want to set up. At some point, I got to hang that elbow to unhinge it. So at some point, the elbow hinges, and that goes out. So from there, not cocking. So you can play with it. You can work it. It's a concept. It's a principle. Thank you, sir. So again, I'm playing with it. I threw 4 different styles of it today. But the essence is the elbow unhinges, not the body. And let's try to get those students to remember everything comes from the center of the heart at the 10th end. So don't throw with your arm. Get another 2 feet out of it, throw with your body. Again, I'll remind you guys, have fun with it. Share it. Love it. Don't love it. I don't care. I know it works. I've used it my whole life, and I've trained thousands of champions with it. If you use it in the right situation and do it the right way. So that's what I'm here for. I welcome all positive and constructive feedback as always, and I'll see you in the ring.